remain slaves forever. I told you once, there are those who are slaves in their minds. They can only serve their master. And those people try every time to manipulate you. You must advise each other. Because every situation can be exploited by these enemies of the nation to try to discourage you, to demotivate you. So, you must advise each other and not pay attention to certain remarks, even on some media. Not everyone is obliged to be patriotic. You are the first patriots. You have decided to defend the homeland. There is nothing better than that. Those who want to support you, let them support you. Those who want to discourage you through writings, you must close your ears and move forward. As for those, we will fight them here. So, we must remember something. Recently, there is a so-called NGO. It's not even an NGO. Because NGO stands for non-governmental organization. They are not non-governmental because they are funded by a federal budget, by a state. This so-called NGO produces reports claiming that the FDS and the VDP commit abuses. It went in here, it came out there. It's to tarnish your morale. It's to scare you, to prevent you from being able to fight. No. Moreover, we are going to file a complaint against this NGO because people need to understand something. What is happening to us here? It's true that they have manipulated part of our populations in the Sahel here, but they didn't have that kind of weaponry. What brought such significant weaponry into their ranks? It's Libya. Who destroyed Libya? It's this NGO, the same NGO that made false reports and gave them to those who wanted to create a rebellion so that people would intervene and overthrow Gaddafi. And the powder keg ended up being poured into the Sahel. These millions of lives that have been taken in the Sahel, we must file a complaint against this NGO because it is responsible for these false reports it made to support this thesis of attacking Libya. They have no moral lessons to give us. Look at the world. Let them go defend human rights all over the world first before coming here. We are fortunate to have similar situations. In this world, you voluntarily committed yourselves. There are countries where people are forcibly taken, killed. You leave or you die. Others, even while trying to flee, end up dying. They don't talk about human rights because these people see us as subhumans. They see us as slaves. That's how it is in their minds. They have never changed their mindset, but it's up to us to show them that we are not slaves and we will never accept this state of affairs. So don't be fooled by the stories. They tell to anyone who will listen. You must stay focused on your fight. Stay focused. We know what we are doing. And even now, the VTP commander told me that there is a human rights training session underway for group leaders and their deputies. If we make efforts, we know it's for ourselves. We no longer do things to please someone else. We do it for our homeland. And you are committed to that. Defend your homeland. Do not listen to those individuals. They should not affect your morale. In the history of the world, there have been wars. And during the Second World War, people organized themselves to defend all over the place. But there is a country that could not defend itself, which had to come and take our ancestors to go defend them. And today that same country wants to give us lessons. The pot calling the kettle black. No. You are the descendants of those same ancestors who went to defend others, who liberated the world from Nazism. Today you are fighting for your lands. These same individuals dare to create terms to tarnish you. We oppose this. We will never agree. Continue to defend your lands. It is your wealth that interests these people. It's our gold, it's our minerals that interest them. Otherwise, why come and drive out entire villages to seize our lands? So we will fight and we will reclaim our lands, our wealth. It belongs to us. It's for us. It will benefit us and our children. I therefore encourage you to remember that this war is to free us from slavery. It's for our independence. And you must keep your spirits high, stay strong. Never give into manipulators, to those individuals who no longer understand the notion of homeland, or to those people who come from outside to try to subdue us through their terms they invented and their organizations they created to enslave us. Fight, move forward, do everything you can. Draw, as I said, from your cultural resources,
Now that was Touré talking about what's going on in Burkina Faso right now, a country that's fighting for its own independence, a country that, if you're only paying attention to the news that you receive in your country, you're getting a swayed perspective. As a matter of fact, if you are in the Americas, in the United States, I should say, then one of the most recent things you would have heard was General Langley, the first black four-star general in the Marine Corps, who used to be a commander over African Command in Kelly Barracks in Stuttgart, Germany, talking about how these leaders, like him, are stealing from the people, dehumanizing the people, which I found to be interesting and contradictory that they would use this man as the one they will prop up. From my own experience when I was a part of Headquarters Marine Forces Europe in Stuttgart, Germany, back then, West African Command fell up under EUCOM, which is European Command. African Command, AfricaCom, wasn't established back then when I was a part of it. It was established about 3 years after I left. But we handled all things going through European Command that dealt with West Africa at the time frame, which would include Burkina Faso. So to utilize this man to say that their leadership is stealing from the people, how different is that than American governmental people, presidents all the way down, who steal from the American people? How different is it that the people who are of my melanation still deal with human rights violations through the police force or through governmental actions? How different is that if those things are true? It is truly, as he said, the pot calling the kettle black. And just as Africans were required to fight for England during World War II, as those Black Americans were required to fight and contributed well in both countries out of Canada and the United States. I mean, hell, if it wasn't for the Tuskegee Airmen, as many know, the bombings that were going on in Germany would not have been as successful as they were, and possibly not even successful without the Tuskegee Airmen. We have fought in their civil wars, we have fought in their war of independence, but yet we're still treated like slaves, still treated subhuman. And as I said in the previous video, most of this comes from the Dum Diversa, which was written by Pope Nicholas V, and the Romanus Paxis, which was written by him as well, that said that the people of South Africa, the people of Africa, Southern Sahara, were less than human. So now this man is fighting for the freedom of his people. If anything, if America is truly a country that is interested in the freedom and democracy around the world, and the freedom for those people to choose their government, to choose their way of life, then America will back the hell up and get the hell out. England and everyone else would do the exact same. So if you are a person who believes in freedom of choice, you should support this man and not the ones of your government or the medias of your government. And always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. the journey